Ufi Ibrahim is the Chief Executive of the British Hospitality Association. Joins me now. So, Ufi, who do you believe, Amber Rudd or the Immigration Minister?
Well, mixed messages like this are not helpful to business. We need certainty and we need clarity. So you cannot have the Home Secretary trying to assure business that there will be no cliff edge, at the same time as a minister responsible for immigration saying that the end of free movement will take place when we separate from the European Union March 19. Which is it going to be?
Do you think your members will take any comfort from this report that the Home Secretary has commissioned?
What businesses like ours need to see, and we're responsible for 4.5 million jobs in the United Kingdom. And we started our work, working with KPMG in our case, over 7 months ago. We provided the evidence to the government in terms of the reliance of our industry on EU nationals and the workforce and all the implications. And in fact, we went even further and provided a solutions-based plan. But what we want to see is a structured, orderly and timely approach to immigration. Let me give you an example of an area where we're concerned. You know, we have messages, again, mixed messages coming from the government. On the one hand, government and Amber Rudd today announced that the Migration Advisory Commission would be responsible for providing evidence to ensure that there would be political decisions based on that evidence. But at the same time, we're told that the immigration white paper, or the immigration bill, is going to be published in 2018. So again, which is it? That implies that the immigration white paper is not going to be based on the evidence which government themselves have commissioned today. These sorts of mixed messages are deeply concerning for the business community.
So in other words, you think they've already made up their mind then what they're going to do, maybe?
Well, we hope not. And what we also hope is that the Migration Advisory Committee, when they come to do the evidence, will not rely on information which seems to be flawed, information such as the labour force survey, for example. What we want to see is assurance that the Migration Advisory Committee and the experts there will engage directly with business to make sure that they are genuinely having real-world evidence with which the politicians can then make real-world decisions.
And remind me, what proportion of the workforce in the hospitality sector are EU migrants?
So according to the study that we did with KPMG months ago, 7 months ago, 700,000, about 24% of our industry are EU nationals. And I want to also mention one other thing, if I may. There's a lot of reference at the moment to skilled versus unskilled labour. In fact, a lot of the people in our workforce are being referred to as unskilled labour. We have to modernise our approach and our terminology. These are individuals who are actually working in the services industry. They are service people, and it is their work that actually keeps the UK economy ticking over.
And so you'd be looking potentially, I mean, that's an enormous number of people to try and replace. I mean, is there much evidence that a lot of Brits want to do a lot of the jobs that EU migrants... I mean, I was reading the other day, Pret-a-Manger, something like 1 in 50 job applicants only is British. The rest come from overseas.
There's no doubt that it's going to take time for our industry to be able to make this massive strategic adjustment in terms of reducing the reliance on the EU workforce. That's going to require going into schools, working with the next generation, ensuring that vocational education in this country comes to mirror and balance the academic education in this country, ensuring that young people can choose vocational paths such as hospitality careers. That takes time.
All right, Ufi Ibrahim from the British Hospitality Association. Appreciate you joining me. Thank you.
Thank you.